Warning, this podcast contains sensitive topics such as suicide or haunting imagery. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome, dear listeners, to the first episode of Devils Don't Tell You This, the podcast that explores the darkest corners of the internet and beyond. I'm your host, Raider Payne, and joining me today is my co-host and my cousin, Zane.
Hey, today we're going to read a story from the world of creepypastas. Today we're going into the disturbing,
You alright there, pal?
the disturbing and legendary story known as the Lavender Town Syndrome.
That's right, the Lavender Town Syndrome is one of the most well-known urban legends in the Pokemon community. For those who might not be familiar, Lavender Town is a fictional location in the Pokemon series, known for its eerie and unsettling atmosphere.
But it's not just the in-game Lavender Town that sends shivers down the spines of players. It's the urban legend surrounding a particular piece of music in the game. Lavender Town's original theme music.
It's so unforgettable. It sticks in your brain. It's just like...
Oh, I remember the first time I caught a Ghastly, I was like, yippee! But then that music started playing, I was like, hell no.
Just like, F this, dude.
It's creepy.
It's so creepy.
Imagine like waking up at 3 a.m. and that's what you hear.
Anyway, as much as the theme music is both haunting and forgettable, there's something much more sinister about
I meant
it.
to say unforgettable.
Alright.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
I don't know. What could be sinister about a game? Like, I know it's scary.
Well, that's what we're here to discuss, so...
Hold up. Alright, so the story starts back when Pokemon Red and Green were first released in Japan, 1996. A wave of mysterious illnesses and even suicides occurred among children who had reached Lavender Town in-game. That is horrifying.
That...
Some players even claim they experienced severe headaches, nausea, and even hallucinations just while listening to the Lavender Town theme.
So it's basically smoking weed.
Yeah, but it makes you commit suicide.
But it makes you commit well, I mean, does depression not come from drug? I don't even know. I don't do drugs.
Wait, how would you know?
I don't.
Wait, hold up, how would you know?
It's called having friends who do this crap.
That's
It's also just called the internet. Could you imagine being a parent and be like, "Oh, Timmy, I got you a Game Boy for your birthday. You always wanted one. Oh, and I got you Game Boy Red or Game Boy Red. What?
Pokemon game, bro.
Like, I got you Pokemon Red. Came out today. I don't think you would get a
I don't think I was
Game Boy Red
around
after.
during that time.
You
I
don't
wasn't
think?
alive back then.
I don't think I was alive back in 1996. You
That
don't
would be
think?
crazy, bro.
That's crazy. But just like, Timmy, got you Pokemon Red and a Game Boy for your birthday. Thank
The
you.
next day, he's just like vomiting on the floor.
Next day one, vomit.
You're in the car, and he's like drops his ice cream, and you're like, oh, there's nothing more you can do to this car, and he just starts vomiting all over the place.
Isn't that a reference from?
Yeah,
I
it is
forgot.
a reference from that one clip.
I can't remember what movie it's from. I'll find it in post.
There's nothing more you can do to this.
I'll find it in post.
Put a clip of that on. This is so good.
But it's just like day one, vomit. Day two, suicide. Excuse me, what?
That's the end of it.
That's the end of it.
I don't know. What would you do if you started to experience these headaches and stuff? Wow.
I'd probably blame it on the Game Boy screen. You know how weird those screens were back then? Were terrible for your eyes.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, you're like, it's like, don't stand too close to your phone, or don't stand too close to the TV. Like, it'll ruin your eyesight. Where
What do you mean don't stand too... Wait, hold up. What do you mean don't stand too close to your phone?
I meant don't stare too close to your phone. Don't.
Do you stand to your phone?
You know how people have like hunchbacks who are like 2 inches away from their phone? I'm talking about like those kind of people.
Dude,
I'm talking about iPad kids.
They're like Gru from Despicable Me. Their nose covers too much
For
of the
real, though.
face. They're gonna back up. Or their nose covers too much of the screen.
Bro, though. But like those screens on the Game Boys back then, those things were like, those in itself just gave you headaches.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but like
They were just hard to look at.
It all specifically happened when listening to the Lavender Town music.
So I think I'm gonna be honest.
That might have something a little, linked.
Yeah, I think that could be it. Water bottle break. Breathe. Breathe, Raider, breathe. We're doing so good. Alright. And what's even more chilling is that some versions of the story suggest that the original Lavender Town theme contained a frequency that only children could hear. I will... You know about those? Like, the frequencies that, like...
Sounds. I know that those are a thing, but, like, that could drive children crazy? That's kind of...
Crazy. I was crazy. I'm just joking.
Shut up.
I'm not gonna get into
Bro,
that.
it's like Five Nights at Freddy's frequencies, bro. A bite of 87? That's what that is.
Could you imagine just the frequencies, like, so high-pitched that only children could hear, and it's something stupid like...
Don't try to recreate.
Get some corn! Or you'll sacrifice your newborn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slimesicle.
You're gonna have to edit that out.
Come on down, get some corn. We'll sacrifice your newborn. He disappeared.
I'm tired now,
Oh,
man.
shoot, he's back.
Anyway, anything else you wanna...
Oh. What's even
Just
more
say
chilly... And what's even more chilling is that some versions of the story suggest that the original Lavender Town theme contained a frequency only children could hear, sound that was driving them to madness.
I hate that. That's so creepy.
That's extremely creepy.
creepy
It's
thing.
like being a parent. Like, what if you go through Lavender Town as like an adult, playing Pokemon Red or Green for the first time, and you're just having a normal experience, and you give it to your child, and the next day they're puking all over the floor. Like, what would you say to that?
What if you were a child and you experienced these things, and these things happened to you, and then you grew
Yeah.
up as an adult? And
If
then
these really happen,
didn't?
are there any survivors out there? Is there anyone to tell the tale?
Just a shout out to all the kids that didn't die in Lavender Town.
For real though. You
But-
guys are my
but-
real ones.
Very important to note that it's just a legend, and there's no like concrete evidence to support the claim. In fact, some have argued that it's not even more spooky story. It's not even more. It's God, grammar.
Retry the whole sentence. You got this.
But it's important to note that this is just an urban legend, and there's no concrete evidence to support this. In fact, some have argued that it's nothing more than just a spooky story spread around by the internet to add a layer of mystery to the game, you know? Add a little bit of spookiness on it.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I've played Lavender Town as a child. I remember going through that first time. I was
I don't
ready
know
to
the
poo
Game
myself. I remember it being 3 a.m. Top 10 scariest creepypastas. Number 1. Or no, not number 1. Number 10. Lavender Town. Listen to that music. Bow, 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 bow. I wanted to poo myself. I wanted to go cry in my mom's room. Be like, honey, what's wrong? This is scary music.
Pikachu game is too scary for me.
A Pikachu game scary. My Pidgey won't use Gust.
Taught my war turtle roll, and then he rolled off a cliff.
Alright. Anyway, while that may be true, it's remarkable how urban legends like Lavender Town Syndrome can take on a life of their own and become part of the gaming folklore. It's, yeah.
Just a simple couple of notes in that song that repeat over and over and over again. And the hidden frequency.
It's the haunting couple notes, just boo, 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 and you immediately piss all over the floor, vomit.
Play in some kid's ear, and he just like crumbles up into a ball and starts having like a panic attack.
Pull up to school, put it on the megaphone or the microphone.
But yeah,
bow,
the legend.
bow, bow. Everyone's pissing themselves.
Don't piss yourselves when you hear that song, because people use it a lot.
It's too late.
Songs, not songs. I don't think everyone's made like a trap remix of Lavender Town. If that is a thing, then
the trap remix of Lavender Town.
But the legend, it inspired various creepypastas, stories, fan theories, YouTube videos, exploring the darker side of the Pokemon franchise. It's a testament to the power of storytelling and how it can capture our imaginations just by a little song.
It's true.
That's all you gotta say?
I mean, I don't know what to say about this one, because, I mean, it's already been proven to be fake, but, like, still, just the thought of a song from a game created in the 90s, this haunted song that only kids could hear, and when they hear it, they do things like get sick or go insane, or sensitive topics like suicide.
Yeah, you might have to bleep out that word.
On YouTube.
On YouTube? Is it allowed on Spotify?
Yeah, it's allowed on. Dude, I've heard worse things on Spotify. You'd be surprised.
Oh, alright. Well, yeah, I know you can't put that word on YouTube. By the way, YouTube, it's just oof from Roblox, but we decided to blurb it out because, sensitive, cause
I'm
some
oofing
people
this
don't...
entire part out. Every word you say, I'm just gonna put oof.
Okay. Good for you. Oh, great for you. That is amazing.
Alright. And that's it for the spine-tingling tale of Lavender Town Syndrome. A story that reminds us that even in the world of video games, there are mysteries that can give us a good scare.
Alright, well, that's all for today's episode of Creeped Out Chronicles. Wait, what? Creeped Out Chronicles.
That's all for today's episode of Creeped Out Chronicles.
Use an AI-generated thing for this.
Is it really that obvious? How did you know? Really? How could you tell? It's funny you say that. That's gonna be a funny part in the segment to edit out.
We hope you enjoyed this dive into the world of Pokemon urban legends. If you have a creepy story or urban legend you'd like to, if you'd like to us to explore next, be sure to let us know. Shut up.
All right. Well, until next time, stay curious. Keep those lights on.
Because the monsters, they're coming. Nightmare.